one other serious issue, because we're going to be running out of time here, Michael, and that is we're talking about young college students, but high school also, the brain development, the impulsive stage. And we're familiar with the sexting that goes on. And now we're seeing more of the taunting, pushing young people by their peers and now we're seeing cases of suicide and so forth. There was a young woman, I think in Illinois, just a few weeks ago, I think found guilty of manslaughter or something because she kept encouraging her boyfriend to kill himself, and he did. So we're seeing this more and more because of social media. Your thoughts on that?
Well, as a district attorney in New York City, I helped develop a curriculum on bullying to go out into high schools, middle schools, and talk about how bullying works and how to watch out for bullying for students to protect themselves. That's something we've also been doing in Jefferson County, where we go and we do hundreds of presentations to different schools all the time to talk about how they can protect themselves online and how to make sure they're not being bullied and who they could turn to when that's happening. I think students today, unlike when you and I were in school, Jerry, I think students today face a real challenge. And that when they go home, they're not able to turn off what happened in school because of social media.
Right.
So we also go out in the community and we talk to parents about how to watch out for their kids and protect their kids. And you mentioned sexting. I'll give you a quick example of an innovative program that we developed in Jefferson County to help make a difference for young people. If a teenage girl sends a nude photo of herself to a teenage boy who then sends it on to the football team, every single person, including the girl, could be charged with a criminal offense. Mm-hmm. We didn't think that was right. So we started a sexting program for teens. And we've now had 225 kids go through that program, graduate the program. Their name never ended up on a single piece of paper in the criminal justice system. So they can go on to school and to employment applications and never have to put down they were arrested and prosecuted for basically a sex offense. Right. Rather, they've gone through that program, they graduated, none of them are reoffended. And we teach them how to protect themselves on the internet. We talk about self-esteem. We pay for a counselor out of my budget who gives them classes once a week for 7 weeks, along with their parents, to really teach them to protect themselves.
And it's education. It really is, an awareness and the seriousness, because young people are, the brain growth. I mean, they are very impulsive.
Right.
Starting right there in middle school. And it carries right on into young adulthood. And we know our young, college kids and even their early 20s, and it wasn't until you're in your late 20s, mid to late 20s, things start to really settle in. And we have to be cognizant of that. That doesn't excuse behavior whatsoever. There has to be accountability. But sometimes that accountability is a good lecture or remedial classes, whatever it might be. Need to be wrapping up here, Michael. But the campaign itself, you mentioned you were like in Alamosa and other places around the state. You're a long-distance runner, aren't you?
I am, yes.
We share. Well, I'm not long distance. I've done 6 marathons there, but you've done like the Leadville 100, that sort of stuff there too.
That's correct.
Wow, that shows a lot of moxie.
Well, I'm very lucky, Jerry, that from my grandparents and my parents, I have a tireless work ethic, and I'll just keep going. So whether it's running the Mount Evans Ascent, as I have a few times, or the Leadville Trail 100, which I've done twice, once a few years ago, and then most recently was just last year. Mm-hmm. And in some ways, it's a great metaphor for the campaign, actually, running the Leadville Trail 100, in that it's just one foot in front of another, not getting too high or too low, staying focused, and having a fantastic support crew. In the Leadville Trail 100, the only way I finished that race twice, and I can't thank them enough for having friends and family there to support me along the way. And in a lot of respects, that's how the campaign's been. That's why we're off to such a strong start, because I have such a fantastic team around me, helping me and supporting me and pushing me to make sure that I do everything I possibly can to win. And
people want to get a hold of you, find out more about you, how can they do it?
So check out our Facebook page. It's Michael4AG, F-O-R-A-G. You can also call me. I put my cell phone on all my campaign materials. I strongly believe if you're going to be the people's lawyer, you should be available to the people. And that's why I'm the candidate who puts his cell phone number out there and responds to every Facebook message and every email I get. My cell phone number is 720-470-7871. I look forward to talking to voters and earning their trust and support all around the state.
Well, Thank you, and congratulations on your run. And
Thank you.
And I know you're one of several that are running in the Democratic Party and several running in the Republican Party. And so our job is to start sorting folks out and say who's going to be the best.
Well, I really appreciate you letting me come on the show today and also focusing on this race, because the Republicans are about to announce that George Brockler is shifting out of the governor's race, and he's going to run for attorney general. And quite frankly, the attorney general's office is too important to be a consolation prize for anybody who had a failed gubernatorial run and to be used as a political pawn for the Republicans. So getting out there, that's why I issued that challenge to the other candidates. Let's get out there and talk to the voters and help them get to know us, get to know our experience and our vision for the office, and I'm committed to it.
All right. Well, thank you, and good luck on your campaign. And we'll be visiting with you more, and maybe we could set one of those debates, if you will, with the other Democratic candidates, and maybe the Republican Party could organize one with the Republican candidates up here, and for the mountain communities.
That would be great.
And it's all about voters getting educated. And
I
then
agree.
voting afterwards there. So, all right, everyone, this is Jerry Fabyanic, KYGT, LPFM 102.7, 103.9, visiting here with Michael Dougherty. He's one of the candidates running for the Democratic nomination for Attorney General here in the state of Colorado. This show will be repeated on Monday at noon and Thursday at noon. I will also have it recorded on the website, and I'll put it on my website too, so you're able to get to it, and maybe you missed some part of it or you want to get more. And Michael gave you his email or phone number, and one more time, Michael, phone number and a website address.
The cell phone is 720-470-7871. Email address is info@michael4ag.com, and Facebook is michael4ag.com. I look forward to talking to the voters. And, Jerry, I can't thank you enough for having me on today. I really love the discussion, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
And we appreciate you making the effort to come up here, too. That means a lot, to us up here, and it shows a large respect, too. So we appreciate it there.
It's my pleasure.
You got it. Okay, Michael, safe drive back. I will be